Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Monday. The sunshine went away, as you can see. The rain is starting to peter out a little bit. Not a lot. But I've had a very busy Monday mornings, which is why I haven't been here yet today. I guess it's not morning anymore. Mailman. This is awesome being able to go directly to the channel live. Hey, Michelle, we are in Decatur, Georgia, which is east of Atlanta, due east of downtown Atlanta. We're cutting through neighborhoods. We're going to go through downtown Decatur, where they are filming something, or, well, they're waiting for the rains to stop to film something. I'm not sure what. I'll have to find out when I get home. Hey, Lena. I've never heard that song before. I'm doing very well. I've had a busy Monday, which is why I haven't logged on until now. I hope you guys are doing well. I can't really see the chat when I'm driving. It doesn't stay on the screen when you go straight to YouTube like it does with Streamlabs. But overall, I think the experience is better. If there's any issue with the video or the sound or anything, let me know so I can check it out. But a couple years ago, I won a scholarship. It was through Google, and it was for front-end web development, and it's something I've dabbled in over the years. Without any kind of structure, I built, web pages. Usually I go in, just basic ones. I can go in and use a what you see is what you get editor and then tweak it to get it to do what I want to with the help of searching for things. And I know basic HTML. I've been exposed to CSS and JavaScript, but not enough that I remember it. But when I was taking the course, I had a car accident. And a few other things happened. And in a nutshell, I did not get to finish on time. Another thing, and I'm going to be completely honest, is the course was a completely on your own space course with a final deadline. I don't do well with that because I'm a big, huge procrastinator. I'm working on that. Today I applied for and was accepted to an software engineering program. For front-end web development, only it's a little bit more than just the basics. It is a complete course. It will take me about 9 months, and it starts in May, though I have to do pre-course now. Thank you. Hey, Mike. So I have to do some pre-course work now, and the actual course starts in May. So the fun part will be when I'm in Orlando in June. I'll be going to class. I have to go to class on Tuesday and Thursday evening for a couple hours, and then on Saturday morning for 4 hours. Beyond that, I have things that I have to do outside of class on my own. Hey, Amy, thank you. And for those who are just joining us, we are going to, in a few minutes, drive through downtown Decatur, and they're set up for filming. They're not actually filming because, as you can see, it is raining again. But it's kind of interesting to see them all on the side of the road. But anyway, I'm excited because I really love doing the travel agency, but I've built my own business before, and I know that it takes time to build a business. And while it takes time to build a business, I need to have something else going on as well that creates income. Travel agency, I I learned this the hard way when I was in real estate several years ago. You have to plan for downfalls in the industry. Right now, we're in a downfall in the travel industry because of the coronavirus. People don't want to go places. Things are getting canceled left and right. They canceled the mobile conference last week, I think it was. IBM has pulled out of their security conference that they were sponsoring this week. Facebook and Sony have pulled out of another conference, and then Sony, at least Sony, has pulled out of PAX East. I think several companies have actually pulled out of PAX East. But I digress. You need a backup plan. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. So I do the travel agency, and the front end web development is in my basket. Having built my business, I know it takes time to build a business. So you need income while you're doing that. I still have my pet business. I'll still be doing my pet business. I will do that and go to school in the evenings and on the weekends, and then I'll have a marketable skill that actually makes decent income that I can take anywhere. I can do it from home. I can do it from the beach. I can do it from a cruise ship. I can travel the world doing on the travel agency thing, and then do front end web development, maintain websites. We are getting into downtown Decatur now. Just change the subject around. Once again, I can't see chat while I'm driving unless I've stopped and haven't stopped long enough to look at chat. Here is where they are filming things. They're going to be doing it at the old courthouse here on the right. I'm going to pull down here for a minute. This is the square in Decatur. There's two sides of this. As you can see, this is the old courthouse where they're going to be filming. But there are two sides to the square. There's this half circle, and there's one over there on the other side to the right. There are some very, very good restaurants in here. Siam Thai, we love. The White Bull, which is right here. It's named after Hemingway. We love that restaurant too. There are a few here that we still need to go to. They took the 15-minute parking, so we're not going to stop and get coffee. But they built a new courthouse behind this one, so this one is mostly a museum and event place now. Parker's on Ponce, I've heard, is a very good restaurant. They've been there forever. It's a steak place, and we've been meaning to go there. Nobody's behind me, so I do not know what they are building or filming. There is honestly no telling because they film everywhere here. I can Google it when I get home, or if somebody has Google handy, they can look up Decatur, Georgia filming today, or currently filming Decatur, Georgia. Leon's right here on the right. Excellent brisket. Oh my God, it was so good. Noodle up here on the right. We order delivery from there all the time. We get their pho and the famous fried rice. There's a story behind the famous fried rice, and that American Deli, I know the owners. That's the best American Deli you're going to find. But the famous fried rice, I'm going to put over here so I can reach out for a minute. The famous fried rice was created there. The recipe is created by the chef that works there. The chef last year was murdered. And I don't know if they found out by who or by why, but they found him in his driveway, shot. So every time that we have the famous fried rice, we kind of have a moment of remembrance and silence at the kitchen table. But they have really good food there. The orders are always right. I know the manager there too, which helps, I'm sure. And the but it's really good and it doesn't cost. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg. It's great delivery, and we end up eating off of it for 3 days because we get that pad thai, pho, and famous fried rice and some appetizers. See, I answered your question. Hey, Pam. Bing bong. Oh, I'm sorry, Lena. Yeah, it takes time to build a business, and travel agency is no different. It's all word of mouth and repeat business. It's not something I ever counted on when I started doing it the last time or this time. Um, I figure I spend an hour or two at it every day, and then it'll do something eventually. Law of averages. Yeah, I'm headed home, so I need to just make coffee at home. There's no reason for me to stop and buy coffee. I don't know if there's enough coffee today. Yeah, they're Pan Asian. They're not Chinese. They're Pan Asian. Ah, okay. That's Garrett. I never know if it's Garrett or Michelle. I'm still new to them. They are awesome, though. I love their streaming this weekend. That was great. But it's kind of funny going back to Noodle. Um, my boyfriend, as some of you know, is from Thailand, and we're going to drive again. He says that famous fried rice is the best fried rice he has ever had from anywhere at any time. And it is so good. I don't know what he did to it to make it that good. Get it with chicken and steak in it. Yeah, downtown Decatur is kind of small, so you may have missed it if you blinked. But oh, I forgot I need to go down here and get my umbrella. I left my umbrella at the doggy daycare when I dropped off the dog the other day. So we're gonna go do that. But it is sad. But I hope he knows wherever he may be that everybody does remember him and his contribution to the fried rice, and he does get thought about. If I can find a parking space down here. I'm gonna park right here, which may or may not be a parking space. One rule about Atlanta, if y'all ever come to Atlanta, if it does not say no parking, you can park there. They can't give you a ticket. As long as you're not on the sidewalk or in the grass or anything like that. Okay. Yell for me. Hi. So you can watch. Maybe a train will come by. I'm just going to run over here and see if they have my umbrella, and I'll be right back. If my headset is connected, you may still be able to hear me. I'm not sure if it's playing through my headset. You guys will have to let me know if you can hear me or not, or if I'm talking to myself. he was working on. There are cars that people drive or sell, so it didn't own. They did. Somebody just left it in their car. Kind of here. Yeah, I went a little bit out of area when I went back in the doggy daycare. It drops on the windshield. Here come some puppies. Maybe. No, they're going behind the car. The sign to the right is Spot. It's the name of the doggy daycare. Spot for dogs. I have a dog that lives down the street from here that I drop off. I come and get him and walk him down here for his mommy during the work week. So this week she's out of town, so she has somebody staying with him. My personal doggy, my personal monster, is a lab mix. I think she's mixed with Shiba Inu, but I'm not sure. She's 10. She used to be almost all black with some white around her nose and on her chest and on her toes. She has a lot more white now. So now we are on the road again. This is an area, they call this the Old Depot District in Decatur, and they redid a lot of this. There's the Ice House, this building right here, it's condos now, with the Mexican restaurant in front. And it's the Ice House Lofts, and it used to be an actual ice and coal company. And I would normally go to the post office today, but it's Monday and there's never any mail in there on Mondays. They put the mail, they come in, they're usually closed on Saturday, and they come in special and put the mail up on Saturday, and then they don't do anything with it until they come in on Monday, so they don't put mail in until Monday afternoon late or Tuesday morning. It said Spot, not Pots. Spot for dogs. There's some, I don't know if you guys can, if it was nicer out, I'd drive you around a little more with this rain. Not going to see that much. I love my little town. It's just gotten super crazy expensive the last few years. These little houses on the right, where I come from, they wouldn't even be 100,000. Here they're like almost $1 million, 600,000, 700,000. It's insane. Some of them might be $1 million. Our roads here are not awesome, so they are bouncy and bumpy, and I apologize for that. But yeah, we decided to move away from here just because we have no way to buy a house here. It's just gotten not and be close to where we need to be. The prices have just skyrocketed that much. There was a house for sale 4 years. It went up $450,000 up in this neighborhood back here. Actually, to my left, there's a neighborhood to my left that you can get to from up back that way or from this light up here. And it went up $450,000 in 4 years, and that's just insane. I actually looked it up, looked up the price that it sold for and the price it's going now. And it was remodeled a little bit, but not $450,000 worth. I think it's for sale now for $550,000. But we just kept saying, when we win the lottery, we'll buy a house here. When we win the lottery, we'll do that. We shouldn't have to win the lottery to buy a house. So we have decided that we need to leave here. I would not mind going to, for a while we were going to go to California, but we've decided against that just for cost reasons. We want to go for a short period of time somewhere super cheap. And then go from there and build a portfolio of passive income and then go from there. But I wouldn't mind going to Florida. There are some places in Florida that are not expensive that you can easily get to, either coast or Disney or what have you. But he wants to experience winter, having grown up in Thailand and then moved here to Atlanta. He's never experienced winter, living in a winter. So he wants to experience that. I give it 3 days. I kind of miss winter. I don't know if I could deal with living in Florida because I love fall. I like the 4 seasons. But we'll see. We're probably going to go up to Cleveland and then back down. It's not my doggy daycare. I just, Mike, settle down. I just drop dogs off there. No, I could deal with expensive if jobs kept up with it, but they did not. You have jobs here that want to require a master's degree and will pay you $10 to $12 an hour, whereas the rents for a 1-bedroom apartment start at $1,000. It's not, the income divide here is real. Let's just put it that way. It's not a place that you can come and be middle class. You are either going to live in the hood or you are going to live somewhere that's not the hood, but is, 6 figures here combined, and we don't. So we don't live in the hood per se, but we don't live in the greatest of areas. I heard gunshots last night, I'm not gonna lie. I did not do anything about it because it happens all the time. My neighborhood is good. It's quiet. Everybody knows everybody else. Everybody walks around. Remember, this area is the same area that we were at earlier the other day. I'm gonna sit here for a minute. But yeah, my neighborhood is good. It's quiet. Everybody knows everybody else. A lot of older people. The one guy in the neighborhood was worried that we would be moving out right now because he said we're quiet and he wants us to stay. The neighborhoods around here, not so great. So you hear things in the distance a lot. And sometimes people will walk over to the good neighborhoods and cause problems. But it doesn't really matter where you live because criminals do travel, especially in Atlanta, because you will have a $1 million mansion right next to a project. And most of the things that happens around here are kids anyway. Kids and stupid people. But let's see. Yeah, if we go out from the city, it's cheaper, but you have to go so far out that you can't even work in the city anymore. It's just too far. Yeah, Amy, he's definitely going to experience winter in Cleveland, and he's very, very looking forward to it. Christmas Story is one of his favorite movies, so that's part of what he's looking forward to as well. And they've been doing a lot of work in Cleveland the last several years, so he's excited. And Cleveland's kind of more of an still Cleveland and Chicago are right there. They're the international-ish cities, so we can still fly wherever we want to go. Yeah, Michigan would be cheap, that's for sure. But I'm familiar with Cleveland because I kind of grew up south of there, so. You know, we had actually a murder in an apartment complex I used to live in several years back on the other side of town, but it was a nice apartment complex. So, like I said, it doesn't really matter where you live, things still happen. Criminals travel. Nice plastic people. You have a lot of plastic people here too. In Ohio, you have bleach blonde, fake tanned plastic people. And it's kind of sad. At least down there, they look a little more natural. Yeah, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was okay. I've been there a few times. Not, some of it was interesting, but I think it's a lot overpriced. Yeah, Atlanta's giving LA a run for its money for a lot of things these days. It just depends. Atlanta's still sectioned out. Different areas of town are different, but they're changing and it's growing, and they're in the process. They've closed down one of the music venues here that was so popular for so long, and they're knocking it down, and said they were going to preserve it, and they accidentally knocked it down. It fell down. So there was no preserving it because they knocked it down. I won't tell. But our money will definitely go a lot faster. Farther up there, a house here that sells for $600,000 up there will sell for $100,000. And they have rules up there, laws. When you sell a house, it has to be inspected by the county. The county does not have any kind of leg in your house sale, so they don't care. They're going to write you out for code violations. You have to fix this before you can sell your house, and that, and have it re-inspected. The only leg they do have in is I think you have to pay for them to come out and re-inspect it. I'm not sure. Georgia goes by, what's the word I'm looking for? Integrity. And a lot of people here don't have integrity. Sign a disclosure statement and you say this is what we know is wrong with the house, and we swear to it. Raise our hand to God or whatever. And yeah, people lie. Builders here for a long time didn't have to be licensed. They passed it back in, because I used to be in construction, they passed it 2006, I believe, where they were licensing builders, but what they were doing is they were giving everybody who was already a builder a license, and then weeding them out by complaints later, which is not the way to do it. Basically, they were making the public happy, saying, oh yeah, we are licensing builders now, and taking money from the... I don't have any water in here. I need water. Hey, Ready, Set, Autism. Garrett, it's about where you are as opposed to how much house you get. Honestly. $600,000 will, in some areas, will get you a nice townhome. In other areas, it won't get you anything. In It's like I said, it just varies. Best thing to do is to go on Zillow or Trulia. I like Trulia. Trulia's fun. Go on Trulia, and I'll just do that and look around at different houses in different areas to see what they get. Your highest houses are going to be in the Inman Park area. That's one of the oldest sections of Atlanta, and those are $1 million houses. Whereas out here, they'd probably be 700,000. Avondale Estates is where I drive through to go to the post office a lot. It's an eclectic little neighborhood. There's smaller houses, bigger houses. A house there just sold for 1.5 million. And I don't know why, because that neighborhood should not support $1 million for a house. Georgia's like a free-for-all. What you can get away with is what you get. In my neighborhood, when I moved in 2 years ago, the houses were selling for 120, 160, depending on the house. A few months after I moved in, somebody put a house, put it up for sale for 305. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, but they sold it because somebody came from another state. And that's why our real estate has gotten so crazy here. Somebody came from another state and paid that for it. And then all of a sudden, all of the other comps in the neighborhood bumped up. So now you're looking right at 2. But it went crazy to like 250, 270. Now we're right at 2. But the real estate market has slowed down a lot here. Taxes than we do. It's kind of funny because out here the gas is always 40 cents cheaper than it is in town. Once you get close to town, the gas bumps up inside the city limits. Atlanta gas bumps up 40 cents a gallon because of taxes and additives. Right? And that's why we're leaving Atlanta. We don't want to have to win the lottery to buy a nice house in a nice neighborhood. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, I'm going to head home. I think I'm going to make some chili. Yeah, one of the things we're going to do in Cleveland is buy a lot of rental properties because you can get properties up there pretty cheap in certain areas, and people up there don't buy. And I have friends that I went to school. Oh no, not the spinning ball. I don't know what I was saying. Yes. But yeah, I have a friend that I went to school with that they rented their house for 15 years and then rented another house after that, and that just seems crazy to me. But yeah, so when we go up there, we're planning on buying some houses to rent them out. The first one that we buy when we move up there will end up being a rental, so we're probably going to look around University Hospital because a lot of doctors do their residence there. Our doctor did her residency there. And doctors are excellent tenants because they're never home. And when they are home, they just sleep. Due to doctors, I mean. But I'm going to go home. I think I'm going to make some chili today because it's cold and I need cold and wet again. We're at Pam. It is a good chili day. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to make for dinner, and then I decided I'm going to make me some chili. Ah, okay. Yeah, 4 bed, 5 baths, 4,000 square foot down in Atlanta is going to be $1 million house. Rent for a lot of houses in Atlanta is at 2,500. There's a 1 bedroom apartment in Decatur that's kind of like up on the corner. We looked it up. It was renting for almost $2,000. I don't know who can afford to pay $2,000 a month for rent and work here. I don't know. Not me. But like I said, everything's starting to even out a little bit here. It's just we're ready to go now. Oh, it is. It was already coming before the coronavirus hit. They do that here too, and they make that kind of money great, but a lot of people don't make that kind of money. Oh, cool, Amy. I used to live out that way. Lived out that way for a long time. But I can tell you what, I will walk around downtown Atlanta by myself at night before I walk around Cobb County by myself. Anywhere. Marietta's in Cobb County. There's some nice areas of Cobb County, but most of it's not good anymore. But yeah, I think I've been saying a recession was going to come before the coronavirus hit. But now, with everybody pulling out of PAX East, pulling out of the gaming developers conference, the security conference, the mobile conference being canceled, all the products that are not going to ship out of China now for a while, yeah, the bottom's going to fall out hard, like 9/11 hard. Because we got hit. We never really got hit that hard from recessions here because we were still pretty diverse in what we did. But 9/11 hit us hard because we're a tourist town. Yeah, 2008 hit us hard too because of the real estate. And I think that this is going to hit us hard too. And I don't like to film the last mile towards my house, so just for security purposes, miles, what have you. Thank you for visiting my channel. I appreciate